Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void! This is a game between ImNotARappa and Frogg on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Frogg. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is ImNotARappa. So not a Rappa, but could be something else, like a chef, or a dog walker, or a restaurant owner. We have no idea. All right, so this is your first time to Into the Void. First of all, welcome. This is my examination of Bronze and Silver League level gaming that I do about once a week or so. Oh, Frogg went random. Oh, and he told the other player that he's at Protoss. Frogg, you're such a gentleman and a scholar. If you would like to have a game of yours cast by Falcon Paladin, make sure it is Bronze or Silver League level. Send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void, or else I won't see it. I'll send all those that I get to my screeners. They will choose the best ones, and everybody will be happy when it comes Friday night. At least Friday night in the United States. I'm not sure how that works in other parts of the country. I'm sure it's like earlier Friday in some parts, and maybe even into Saturday in other parts of the land, but I don't know. Friday night where I am and Friday night where most of the people in the country are, and I'm just going to roll with that. All right, so what do we got here? It is a PvT. Again, we look at this with an eye towards entertainment and education, trying to see where we can improve as players, and also just kind of laughing at the funny stuff that happens. It looks like ImNotARappa has a pretty good handle on things. He's got a refinery finishing up here, not in time to get a Reaper out, which is a bit of a problem. At least make a Marine do something with his barracks as soon as it finishes. That's how you do. I like the wall, though. The wall is pretty good in the lower levels. Preventing scouting can really mess up your opponent. This probe checking for an expansion does not see one. This probe checking. Can I get inside the main base? The answer is no. And there's not a Marine to kill me either, so might as well start knocking down a supply depot or something. And it is going to be a Reaper. So how this works out is you want to start your refinery a bit earlier than you did. You want that done before, well, about the same time, before the barracks finishes, so you have 50 gas to go when the barracks is complete. Is he going 3 racks Reaper here? Seems possible. So we're going to name this Reaper. This Reaper's name is Nork of Pig, a pig-human hybrid who has one dream: to bathe in the blood of all who would eat his bacony half-brothers. Wow, Nork of Pig has some big goals, man. He wants to kill everybody who eats pork. I mean, bacon specifically, but dude, that's a lot of people on Earth. I mean, that is obviously Islam forbids it, and the Jewish religion forbids it as well. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure everybody's down with eating pig. So, have fun murdering several billion people is what I'm trying to say here. So, Nork of Pork, trying to sneak on in here. Again, this early Reaper is good for scouting. It's good for killing stuff. But against Protoss, it's really hard, even for the pros, to get much done. And it just takes a lot of control to make sure this dude does not die. But he does check for a third base, which is nice. I do like checking for third base. Third bases as a Reaper. But look at this. Got pylons out at the front here. Got a mothership core, got an adept. Hopping inside the main base seems like a good prospect, though. And he does. He hops right on inside here. He's got free reign against these probes. Can he get a probe kill? No. One probe runs away. Oh, and the 2 adepts able to finish him off. Yeah, that's just it. If you have a Reaper, you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to see what you're running into. As soon as he saw those adepts, he should have turned around, maybe thrown down a KD8 charge back here in this mineral line, try to pick off another probe, because that one was not going to happen. Not going to happen. Warp gate research on the way for Frogg. And it's not going to be a 3 racks Reaper. It's just a lot of Marines. Got some any Marauders here? No Marauders. Getting stim. Getting upgrades again, which is very, very nice. And another barracks here. So a very heavy biological play here out of ImNotARappa. All right, dude. I understand. You want to get Marines, a lot of Marines, which is fine. But with medevacs, they're much better. That is a tip from Falcon Paladin. Get a factory, get a starport, make 2 medevacs, maybe 4 for all the Marines you're making here, and you're going to have a much better time than Marines without any support from above. 2 adepts moving out for Frogg. He doesn't have much, but he does have 3 pylons at his natural base here that he can photon overcharge with this mothership core, and almost has enough energy to get 3 of them off. So if Marines do show up, I think Frogg's ready for it. However, it seems like ImNotARappa is not super interested in moving out right now. And I can't necessarily blame him. I'm not going to tell him, you're a coward for not moving out. Because it is scary. It is scary to move out and into the void at the bronze level, man. I'm sure he's moved out and gotten just flattened before, which is bad news. A forward pylon here from Frogg. It's a slow 16-second warp in on that pylon because it's not touching a gateway or a nexus. But you know what? At this point, he doesn't really care. He's not really going for a 4-gate or anything. He just wants to be able to get to the front a little bit more quickly. And these Adepts, are they brave enough? Oh, they're Psionic transferring up, and it's not a wall, so they get in right inside here. They can't see a lot because their vision radius was nerfed when they're in Psionic transfer mode, but oh, they finished that transfer. They're trying to kill these Marines who are not in attack move. There we go. Now they show up, and the Adepts do get completely murdered there. Oh, I was going to turn up the volume just a little bit, wasn't I? I was going to try like a 28 and see if that's any better. All right. So that was okay. It was a good scout from the Adepts. I think they killed a Marine. Yep, 2 Marines here. But with a no factory from ImNotARappa, I just don't like his chances in this game very much. Got a Warp Prism on the way from Frogg. Don't see many Warp Prisms in Into the Void. We certainly do not. It's 23 to 34 Harvesters. Frogg has a nice giant lead in the worker count for ImNotARappa, but he moves out with his Marines. He's going to have Stim. There we go. Stim is done, but without Medivacs, you can't heal the damage that Stim does. Yes, Stim will give you additional DPS, which is wonderful, but it does take that and exchange it for some health off of your Marines. It's been this case since StarCraft 1. StarCraft 1, they had Stim, but no Medics and no Medivacs to heal it back. Stim was good. It just hurt you guys forever. All right, trying to come up this ramp are these Marines. Pretty good stutter step back where they're picking off an Adept, getting a nice concave. The Adepts don't want to deal with that, but then chasing up this ramp. And we're going to get a Photon Overcharge. There's the Photon Overcharge. One pile. Oh, the Mothership Core gets shot down, and the Marines pull back. Not bad. Not bad, ImNotARappa. Killing the Mothership Core, waiting for Photon Overcharge to wear off, and then pushing back in is not a bad idea whatsoever. However, Frogg has thrown up 4 Adepts, warped them in at the front door here of ImNotARappa. ImNotARappa doesn't have much to defend against 4 Adepts. Unfortunately, he's moving all of his Marines out to the front, which means the Observer for Frogg should come in here and see. Okay, there is a pretty good number of Marines here. There are more than I thought. There are 11 Marines versus 4 Adepts, and with Stim, I think the Marines have that. It's kind of close, but I think they have it. Coming back in are the Marines. Yes, Photon Overcharge has been over for a while now, stimming forward and focusing down the Adepts, going after these pylons, which is really good because that means the natural base is effectively unprotected. Oh, leaving one of the pylons up, which means a big warp into Adepts is possible, but a lot of dead probes here. A lot of dead probes here. The natural base got Adepts into the natural base of ImNotARappa, killing SCVs as well, but Marines responding there at the same time. These Marines need to focus down this Nexus. I understand that some of them want to kill this assimilator, but no. Don't do that. Okay, going after this Immortal. Man, Marines are so good against Immortals. And trying to get these Adepts, but again, they've stinned themselves so much. They can win this battle, but the reinforcing Adepts coming in are going to go ahead and do this thing for our Protoss player with Photon Overcharge, which seems unnecessary, but they got the job done. Got the job done. We have a Warp Prism up here inside the main base of ImNotARappa. I don't think it's done anything yet. I'm pretty sure it hasn't done anything yet for Frogg, but we're looking at some really big casualties here. 1,900 resources lost for the Terran player compared to, what was that, 3,500 lost for the Protoss. Big losses. 4 Adepts warping in to this main mineral line of ImNotARappa, but the Marines showing up, trying to Psionic transfer out of there. Are the Adepts? 2 of them get killed before they can run. But 2 of them do manage to get up here to the natural base, which is what you want to do. You want to Psionic transfer back and forth and kill as many workers as you can this way. Marines showing up to the natural base, clearing these guys out. But guess what? More Adepts are here inside the main base. They got to get inside this mineral line, but Frogg's attention seems to be elsewhere, which I can understand. I can understand considering he's trying to kind of attack 2 places at once. There we go. Now he's moving into this mineral line where he feels much more at home when it comes to murdering SCVs. The Marines getting right on top of these dudes. So no Psionic transfer for you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, just ladies, because the Adepts are female, and they are completely dead. So what do we have here? 47 Marines have died, but 24 Adepts have died. And that Mothership Core! Ooh, and the Mothership Core, the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism doesn't run away. And it's bad news bearers. 25 to 34 Harvesters. What have we lost on that side? 16 probes and 4 SCVs, but Frogg still has about a 10-worker lead, 25 to 35. So he's done a much better job with the macro side of things. Losing more SCVs at a natural base. Adepts are doing a good job killing workers, but they're also dying very quickly. 27, which it reminds me of the movie Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It's got Alan Tudyk in it, and I can't remember who the other person is, but general concept is that these guys own they buy a cabin or they inherit a cabin, and then what is the, oh my gosh, I'm spacing what the main concept is. Anyway, the funny part of the movie is that all these teenagers keep coming in. They want to party, or they're afraid, right? They're afraid of these 2 dudes because they're hillbillies in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. and they try to run away, or they try to kill the two dudes, but then they end up getting killed themselves through accidents, and their bodies are just all over the property. And a cop shows up, and Tucker and/or Dale basically says, "Oh, officer, thank goodness you've come. We've got all these teenagers. They just showed up and just started committing suicide all over our property," which is not too far from the truth, but it's just funny enough and weird enough that it gets a big chuckle. Big chuckle out of the audience. Forward pylon is discovered. Frogg has no base on the other side of the map. He has an observer checking for a third base location, but there's not one coming in here from ImNotARappa. So Marines moving out from ImNotARappa. We have a Dark Shrine just warping in, finishing touches inside the main base for Frogg. And a Marines with no upgrades and no medevacs. This dude, oh wait, he does have a starport. That's good news. And he's getting a reactor on the starport. Okay, so he's going to have medevacs, just not right this very second. You got to get those soon, man. You got to get him soon. Double forge on the way from Frogg. He wants those upgrades. He can take down this third base. Mothership core is kind of out of position to save it. There are 2 pylons here, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. This is a lot of Marine. This is 24. Wow, plus 8. What? This is like 40 Marines, dude. Well, let's count. 38 Marines. 38 Marines stimming a little bit unnecessarily, but if it helps him get the Nexus before the Mothership core shows up, that's fine. Little probe body flying into the sky here on Abyssal Reef, and the pylons are gone. Got DTs, though. Frogg has DTs. Is there scans available? Of course there's scans available. This is Into the Void. So scans are available for ImNotARappa. If the DTs start hitting him, he needs to notice his dudes are evaporating without really understanding why, which can be hard to do if DTs are mixed in with a regular army. And at that point, if he scans, he's okay, but if he doesn't scan, he's in a lot of trouble. Third base on the way now for ImNotARappa. That's a Liberator. It's actually Liberator instead of medevac for ImNotARappa. Oh, bless his heart. Bless his heart. He has a Widow Mine. So that's good news. Bleh, sorry about that. Something in my mouth. Whew, it's gone now. Immortal Adept DT. Not turning them into Archons, which I'm actually a big fan of. Archons against Marines especially. That extra damage versus biological is super useful. And the splash. Great against Marines who are tiny and stack up like this. We're just going Marine Liberator for ImNotARappa. So this might work out for the Terran player. He is getting a third base, which I was worried he wouldn't do. He is not upgrading his third base to either a planetary fortress or an orbital command, which is bad. First medevac. First medevac sighting here at 12 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know why this guy doesn't like medevacs, but maybe he does now. Maybe he's figured it out. Liberator sneaking on into the natural base of Frogg. It's 55 to 36 harvesters. Frogg has a 20 worker lead, but he's going to lose some of that. Wham! One-shotting these dudes. I mean, Liberators are really good at low levels because the reaction time is generally pretty bad for your opponent. Killing 5 workers, no big deal. No sweat for this Liberator pilot. She's very pleased with herself on that one. Actually, 6 kills. Another one was to come up and been produced while they went back to work. They all went back to work. Liberator, get in there and kill them. No? All right. All right, some Stalkers are coming in for Frogg. I think these are the first Stalkers of the game. He has 2 of them. He's got 2 of them. Liberator can come in here to this main base and kill some more of these probes if he darn near well feels like it, and he is. It's a pretty good setup here. I don't think Stalkers can much get in here without taking shots. Oh, these probes are all stacked up on that same mineral patch, and they're just getting absolutely annihilated here. Wow, 14 kills on that Liberator. 45 to 38 harvesters now. Frogg's lead is evaporating quickly. Liberator, no. No. Run from the Stalkers. Taking some damage, not enough to kill it. That's for absolutely sure. But 2 more Stalkers in the natural base protecting. This is where you need the extended range on defender mode. Can the Liberator kill the Stalker before she dies? The answer is going to be no. Yep, it's a 3-shot on the Stalkers now on this latest patch. And the other Stalker came to assist, so no, that was it. 4th base is up and done for Frogg. ImNotARappa is very sad about that one Liberator that got so many kills. 35 probes have been killed by ImNotARappa so far, which is darn near impressive. So many medevacs. All right, so the medevacs are here. They've healed up the Marines from the damage that was done. +1/+1, just about to finish for ImNotARappa as well. I'm kind of liking this. We got the Liberators, we got the Marines. I just can't shake the feeling, though, that these DTs are going to be the difference in this battle. The DTs are not going to be noticed by ImNotARappa. They're going to murder everything. No scans will be thrown down, despite the fact there's 200 energy on this orbital command and 173 on this one, and this one's not an orbital command for some reason. More DTs warping in, though. What is our total Dark Templar count? 14? 14 Dark Templar? Crikey. +1/+1 is done for these dudes as well, but it's 4 base to 3 base. DTs sneaking in for Frogg. Is there any detection at all? There are no missile turrets. There's scan available, but again, that requires manual intervention from ImNotARappa. So the DTs, 3 of them inside this natural mineral line for ImNotARappa. That is just a massacre. 2 more here in the 3rd base. I don't know if ImNotARappa doesn't notice. Oh, he does. Oh, and he scans. Look at him scan, but there aren't enough Marines to kill the Dark Templar. And again, here we go. Marines at the front doing very well against everything except for the DT that are absolutely destroying them. Oh, man, the Marines could have won that battle. 6 kills. Medevac's got to run. Medevac's got to get out of there. No, 8 kills on that Dark Templar. 4 kills on that Dark Templar. I mean, 6, 8. Oh, they're turning into Archons now, which they did so well. They did so well as Dark Templar. But they've effectively shut down ImNotARappa right now. Completely, absolutely shut him down. His income is currently 0. 0 minerals. He has nothing at his natural base. He has nothing at his 3rd base. He could call down mules, but I'm not sure this guy actually knows what mules are, which, I mean, if you've been watching my cast, you know what they are. They're these guys right here. 50 energy, and it calls down a mule. And, oh, good game, man, says ImNotARappa. Dude, you have scans. Kill these Dark Templar. You have enough Marines. There we go. There's the scan, and gonna see, you can take them down if you can see them. You can see them, but it's 129 to 37 total supply. Calls the GG, does ImNotARappa, but he's trying to make one last final stand. The Archon's dying pretty quickly, getting some shots off the DTs. Again, just the MVPs of this match. 17 total supply now available. DTs are killing what exactly? Well, I guess that orbital command is now dead. That's a lot of Dark Templar. That's a lot of gas in Dark Templar. 11 DTs brought observers as well in case there are Widow Mines, which I don't even think Widow Mines could win this game, honestly. Oh, Liberator is here at the 3rd base of Frogg. It's going to turn into a bit of a base race, possibly, except Liberators can't hit buildings, so maybe not. Wow, this is a very effective Liberator. 25 kills. Going to get up to possibly 30 kills here, depending on how... Yep, that's 30 and more. Meanwhile, the Protoss army is laying waste to ImNotARappa's main army, main base here. Then that's it. ImNotARappa's out. He did call a GG earlier, so it's not a rage quit. And Frogg is your victor. Great job, Frogg. I mean, you lost a lot of probes. 66 probes lost, but he was okay. He replaced them. He learned from his mistakes mostly. Dang, that Liberator was really good, that last one. Super duper amazing. Resources lost here, about 14,000 for the Terran player compared to 11 or 12 for Frogg. So it's pretty even. It's just the macro was better for Frogg. He just had a better composition. I like the fact that he had Adepts and Marauders, Adepts and Immortals and Stalkers and Dark Templar and Archons in here. It's just 10 kills on that DT. And again, you have to be able to scan and see that to get rid of those Dark Templar. If you can't do that, you're pretty much going to be toast. He had a Ghost Academy. Did he make any ghosts? Oh, he had a nuke even, but he never made a ghost. Interesting choices from ImNotARappa here. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin, coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. Whew, almost messed that up. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.